Christians are one of the most persecuted groups in the world today, facing discrimination, violence, and marginalization in various forms and degrees. The reasons for this persecution are complex and multifaceted, involving a combination of historical, cultural, social, and political factors. One major factor is the secularization of society, which has led to a decline in traditional Christian values and a rise in anti-Christian sentiment. As society becomes increasingly secular, Christians are often seen as out of touch with modern values and are targeted for their beliefs. Another factor is the growing influence of relativism and pluralism, which emphasizes the idea that all beliefs and lifestyles are equal and valid. This has led to a rejection of absolute truth and the idea that Christianity has a unique claim to truth. As a result, Christians are often accused of being intolerant and exclusive, and are marginalized for their beliefs. The rise of social media has also played a significant role in the persecution of Christians, as it provides a platform for anti-Christian hate speech and harassment. Christians are often targeted online, with many facing verbal abuse, ridicule, and even death threats for their beliefs. In addition, the persecution of Christians is also fueled by misinformation and stereotypes about Christianity. Many people view Christians as judgmental, hypocritical, and intolerant, and these stereotypes are often perpetuated by the media and popular culture. This has created a culture of hostility towards Christians, where they are viewed with suspicion and distrust. The political climate has also contributed to the persecution of Christians, as many governments and institutions are increasingly hostile to Christian values and beliefs. In some countries, Christians face severe persecution, including imprisonment, torture, and even death, simply for practicing their faith. The persecution of Christians is not limited to non-Western countries, but is also a significant problem in Western societies. In the United States, for example, Christians are often marginalized and excluded from public life, with many facing discrimination and harassment for their beliefs. The rise of identity politics has also created a culture of intolerance towards Christians, as those who hold traditional Christian views are often seen as opposing the rights of marginalized groups. Furthermore, the education system has also played a role in the persecution of Christians, as many schools and universities promote anti-Christian ideologies and values. The consequences of Christian persecution are far-reaching and devastating. Many Christians face social and economic exclusion, with limited access to education, employment, and healthcare. In some cases, Christians are forced to flee their homes and countries, seeking refuge in other parts of the world. The persecution of Christians also has a profound impact on their mental and emotional well-being, with many experiencing anxiety, depression, and trauma as a result of their experiences. The global community has a moral obligation to protect the rights and freedoms of Christians, and to speak out against persecution and discrimination. Ultimately, the persecution of Christians is a complex issue that requires a multifaceted response. It is essential that Christians and non-Christians alike work together to promote greater understanding, tolerance, and respect for Christian beliefs and values. This can be achieved through education, dialogue, and advocacy, as well as by promoting policies and laws that protect the rights and freedoms of Christians. By working together, we can create a more inclusive and compassionate society, where Christians and people of all faiths can live without fear of persecution or marginalization. The protection of Christian rights and freedoms is essential for promoting a culture of tolerance and respect, and for ensuring that the fundamental human right to freedom of religion is upheld.